All right, and we're back with another episode of the world famous Vinsane Radio. It's been a while, but that's my MO. I'm not consistent with my podcast. More importantly, Amanda Vance is in the house, the sports pick aficionado. Is that what I should say?
That was a great intro. Say it again.
The sports pick aficionado. I don't even know what aficionado means. Aficionado. Jared produces in the house. Jared just got married, so if you guys don't know that, Jared is my good friend, producer. Shout out to Jared and his beautiful wife. They got married, and they did a henna, right? A henna? Yes, sir. All right, anyway. Amanda Vance is in the house. First of all, I want to dive right into it. How many Instagram followers do you have?
Not enough. I'm just
Not
kidding.
enough? I mean, you got 500,000.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've over 500,000 now. It's fun. Growing every day. Trying to get those numbers up there because social media, it's the future.
It is.
So
I mean, you're crushing it.
if I get enough, I could become a pop star. I can do whatever I want.
You get a hit record. You can sing too. But your niche, right? I feel like, I mean, this is where I hear I don't know too much about it, okay. I know your niche now is sports gambling and a sports personality on social media. But I feel like, was it always that, or you kind of like fell into it?
Yeah. So I've always been a huge sports fan, and I used to cheer for the Miami Dolphins. Okay. So when I cheered, I wasn't allowed to talk about any other sports team. They were very strict with the rules. I'm actually not even a Dolphins fan, but I wasn't allowed to talk about that or post about it. So when I was done cheering, I started posting about it, and people got really into it. Okay. My dad's a crazy Midwestern, and he wanted a boy, and my grandpa has a gambling addiction. Oh, so okay. that's how it developed. Yeah. Okay.
You're an only child?
I have a little sister. She hates sports though.
So, I mean, yeah, that's what happens. So when you were a cheerleader, when was this? What year was this?
It was 2016. I'm old now. It was like 5 years ago. It was 5 years ago.
I mean, I heard that it's a big commitment being a Dolphin. I mean, a cheerleader in general, but being a Dolphins cheerleader, I feel like when you think of NFL cheerleaders, you think of the Miami Dolphins or you think of the Dallas cheerleaders.
Yeah,
right?
So it's like, you think of the Dallas. You're lying.
Well, I think just because they had that reality show, right? But I mean, that's like, was that like, did you cheerlead in high school and stuff like that?
No. So I grew up a dancer. I grew up dancing. And NFL cheerleading is not, you don't flip and stuff. I mean, I think some sports teams even have guys now that lift girls, but that's not what the Dolphins was like. It was dancing. So I grew up dancing. And that's kind of how I got into it. And it was awesome. It was a great experience, but it's a lot of work. You don't get paid enough money.
That's what I heard. It's a big commitment, but it's also like, you get to meet cool people, right? It's the network, and it's like a stepping stone. A lot of people that I know have used it as a stepping stone to get to like the next thing in that realm of business.
Yeah, exactly. It was a good I met my best friends cheering, so wouldn't take it back.
That's awesome. And
I went skydiving. That was cool.
With the Dolphin cheerleaders?
Yeah.
Did you get to go meet veterans and stuff like that as well?
Yeah, I went on a lot of military tours. That was really cool. We got to cheer in London for a game, at the Wembley Stadium, and that was awesome. Wow. People there were crazy.
I feel like I remember that when all you guys went over there. I remember it was like a big media thing, and like before social media was going crazy, like everybody was like, "Oh, you guys are all going over there."
Yeah, they were trying to get a sports for the longest time now. They've been trying to bring the NFL to London, Mexico.
Oh, that's when they had the game over there, right?
Yeah.
And it was at like 8 a.m. or our
7
time.
a.m. or something like that.
Like the English, like they didn't cheer at the right moments when they were supposed to cheer because they're used to like rugby and soccer.
Only when anybody had the ball, they would just start screaming, and they just wore any NFL jersey they had. They didn't care. It was not the two teams playing.
I mean, that's got to be nerve wracking. I mean, doing your routine in front of all those people.
Yeah, it was. It was not easy. It was a lot of work.
Yeah.
You don't mess up too often though, because you're doing it. You practice so much. Yeah. I mean, I had no life when I did it.
Becomes like second nature, the movements.
Yeah. I mean, you have so much practice. You like sleep and you can do the dances. I still do them when I go out. All the girls, we have it still memorized. You don't forget them.
I think one year at St. Patrick's Day at Salt, like you guys had a whole thing.
Yeah. Yep.
But I mean, because it's like it's on like a beat, so you guys can pretty much do it to any song like that.
Exactly.
Any like horror stories? Like, did you ever mess up? Did you ever forget something? Like, or anybody you know? So you don't have to say names. But.
Yeah, it was. So I have a torn meniscus, which means randomly my knee will just give out.
Oh God!
Like I could
from previously before being a shooter.
So it's definitely happened on a couple occasions. One time I was getting off of a bus in London, and like a bunch of people were around us, and it was the big step I took onto the floor. I ate shit and fell. It was terrible. That was my...
Right when you got there.
Yeah, because they would make us wear those heels, like those boot heels. So my knee did not like that.
Oh my gosh. So that was your first impression of getting there, just busted your knee getting off of it. So you grew up in Delray Beach, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Not many people are locals though.
Not me. It's
very hard to find a true Floridian. I am a true Floridian.
That's amazing.
I've been here my whole life.
That's great. Yeah, this is great. We're learning a lot about each other.
Are you a Floridian?
No, I've been here. I moved here in 2009 from New York.
Okay, so you're one of the New Yorkers coming here, making our gas prices go up, the cost of our homes.
12 years. Come on. If I just moved here like during COVID, then you could say I've been here, but I've been here for a little bit. I think I'm like a Floridian, I guess.
I think it's like 10 or 15 years, and then you can call yourself a Floridian.
2009. So what's the math on that?
You're 12? A Floridian. We'll call you a
Floridian. I've seen it all. I've been it all. But, and as well, like we're going to circle back to this, your social media niche is so unique. And like when I first looked at it, and I'm sure this happens to you a lot, and I'm sure you get a lot of crazy DMs of people not believing that you're doing these pics yourself. And at first, I was naive. I was like, oh, maybe, pretty girl, big following. She might have somebody telling her these things and just kind of somebody investing in her to build this brand.
No, Vinny, it is all me.
Okay, listen, I'm sure people think that, or am I just a dick?
More so than people saying that other people give me my picks, they just say my picks are bad or call me out when I'm incorrect. But only the best handicappers in the world are just over 50%. It's literally a coin toss.
It is. It's just, yeah. I thought that when I saw it because, I think of things of like a business. I'm a business guy. I'm like, listen, if I had an opportunity to bring this girl that knew about sports, not knew everything, but it's a great idea. And you work very closely with this one company, right?
Yes, Bookies. Bookies is the name of the company I work with. I previously, before Bookies, I worked with an offshore gambling company, which is pretty much like if you wanted to place a bet right now.
Yeah, you put it on a Bahamas account.
To go, yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I did previously. And then people were like, I didn't get my $300 payout. And I'm like, I was in a place where I wanted to work with a legal company and legal gambling. And it's already legal, I think, in 11 states now. And it's becoming legalized so quickly.
It is.
So that's why the company I'm with now
is legit.
Yes.
So
everything
people
is legal.
would take it out on you when they weren't getting, because you're like, listen, I'm just like a brand ambassador for it. I'm not paying people out myself.
Right. And there were toll centers that would take their phone number when they'd sign up and their social and call them over and over. And I was like, I got to stop telling people to sign up for this website.
Oh my God.
But
so what's the routine with that now? Now it's a career move for you, right?
Yes.
So take me through the daily process of now being in this niche market with sports gambling and keeping up with your engagement.
Right. So NFL is my forte. I love football. So that's kind of where I started last NFL season. And I would make a pick for every single NFL game. So there's only, 16 games a week. So it's not crazy. But then I went into March Madness.
You said last season?
Yes.
So before COVID?
Yes. And then I went into March Madness and realized people are freaking insane with gambling. More people gamble on basketball and March Madness than the NFL. So then I just, now I cover hockey, I do basketball, I do everything. And basically you have to know the sport. And that's why I love the NFL so much, is because I look at more than just numbers. I look at chemistry and the draft and where players came from and coaching. So I do a lot of it I guess I just look at situational games instead of sitting there and researching all day. I do that too, but not as much when I know the sports. NBA, NHL, and NFL are my things. If you ask me about the fights, I have to sit there and research. I know nothing about, the fighting or the golf or anything. I'm trying, I'm learning, but...
Well, I'm sure just what you said keeps you busy enough.
Yeah.
And it's working, right?
Yeah.
So you said the first video you made dealing with that was you just made a couple pics on a random football Sunday.
Yeah. And I love TikTok. I love all the trends and stuff. I've been a dance teacher my whole life. So I see what the kids are doing and what's popular. So I take that and I try to implement the gambling into that stuff. Right. So that's why I'll literally do a hat flip transition and point to the spread. And I tried to make it fun.
That's cool.
Because nobody wants to sit, anybody can sit there and talk about sports.
Hi, I'm Amanda. These are my picks.
Yeah. So I try to make it fun,
So it works,
Yeah.
And before you doing the picks, I'm sure you kept up with the trends and you were doing TikToks before the sports picks.
Yeah.
So then you just kind of blended it together.
100%. I would say, before I did the sports stuff, I was just like any other fashion influencer. I did my bikini pics. I did like the clothing stuff. And then I started implementing it. And my comments went from so hot, so beautiful to fuck the Steelers, Seahawks tonight. And I love it because now it's like I have some substance to my social media.
Hey, listen, if they're hating,
and that's
the
where
comments,
the money is.
I mean, listen, they didn't build Vegas on winners. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like it's gambling. It's the biggest vice in the world. Now with that niche, like your social media, did it grow overnight or like it kind of like you gradually got to like?
Yeah, I gradually got to where I'm at. And I think, I obviously, the past, I'd say couple 100,000 have definitely been a little bit slower growing, but I think it's more of a target audience now. I want people to follow me, for the sports stuff and that are into gambling. And those are the people that are going to buy my picks. And you know what I mean? Those are the customers. So it's been a little bit definitely slower over the past couple of years, I'd say. But it's constantly growing. I'm always on top of it. I sit on social media like 12 hours a day.
Full-time job. You're the brand, right? It's a full-time job.
Yeah. And I try to like talk to people too. I try to reply to comments and DMs, and it's a lot of shit talking in the industry. So I keep up with it. That's like my favorite part.
It's good because it keeps your engagement if you're commenting back. Now, do your picks get influenced by knowing if you say a certain thing that you're going to get more engagement out of it?
Okay. So this is okay. Yes and no. So no, when I want to sound intelligent and and actually make a pick for a specific game. But as far as like, generally speaking, I did divisions in the NFL, and just to piss off like the Bucs fans, I said the Saints were going to have a better record. I really think that's going to happen? No. But did I get a rise out of people and more comments? Yes.
Well, we don't want to give away your secrets, but it's like, it's like, you got to keep up with your brand. Not always,
but sometimes just to like tick people off. And I have teams I hate. And like my ex is like a huge fan of one team, and I purposely like always take them to lose. So I'm like I think I gamble with my heart a lot, but my followers know that because I'm like very open about my teams.
No, you say you gamble with your heart. So do you actually bet yourself, or you're just kind of doing the pick so you don't want to mix the business with the pleasure, I guess, so to speak? Yeah,
a little bit of both. It's always like when I don't bet my picks and they hit, I'm like, damn it. And then when I do and they don't hit, I'm like, shit, I should have done last night. Sometimes, only if I'm really confident, and usually only NFL.
And when you do win, you're like, oh, why didn't I just put 10 grand? I would have won 50, but I only put 500.
I know.
That's what I do now with like all these like, like the Robinhood and all like these like day trading apps. I'm like, I put 1,000, I'm up 20%. Like, why didn't I put 10,000? But that's the nature of the beast. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Exactly. And that's kind of like gambling as well.
Yeah.
What now? There's so much attention, and it's such a male dominated industry. Are there other girls that kind of do what you do?
Not really the gambling stuff. Me, Vinny. So no, I'm really not even just saying it because I like to, hype myself up, but nobody really does. No girls or guys even really do the gambling in the way I do on social media as more of a personality, instead of just posting the pics. And I don't have anybody pay. I don't sell my pics at the moment. So my picks are free.
Right.
That's the kicker. Everybody wants you to buy their picks. That's how they make money. I work with gambling companies like FanDuel, DraftKings, all them who pay to they want to just.
And that makes up for it.
Yeah. They just want, right now I'm into all these companies. I'm just getting the word, like the betting subject out there because not a lot of people are posting about gambling
and
itself.
they endorse you to use them on your platform.
For sure. Yeah, there's some, I guess I'll see here and there, but no, not really. If you know, send me because I want to like see what they're doing.
Because I didn't even realize like what you said earlier, like you blend the TikToks, which I think is great because it gets your engagement and then you get the picks in there as well. So I mean, now with all this exposure, I can only imagine the creepy DMs.
Yes.
But the DMs you get if the pick goes bad.
Oh my gosh, they're terrible. So actually what I was going to do last night, just because somebody pissed me off so much, I was going to they're like, you're such an idiot. Like you dumb, like bitch, you loser.
Yeah.
I was going to take a screenshot of the DM with his screen name just because he deserved it and post it on my story and be like, go ahead guys, attack.
Yeah.
Because
or you could have tagged his wife. You could have tagged his wife probably.
Some people are so, rude, but at the end of the day, they know what they're doing by taking my pics. I actually had a conversation with somebody the other day. They're like a professional handicapper. And they were like, when they're taking my pics versus somebody that's charging them a couple $100, I'm doing it for fun right now. And I'm just doing it to create a brand. If you're dumb enough to put your house on my pics, then I don't even feel bad for you.
You're not holding a gun to their head.
Yeah, right.
And they want to DM you because they want to get you to answer them and stuff like that.
And I do, because I get sometimes, like, I get super pissed at people, but that's the fun in it. I think.
You have great customer service.
Yes, exactly.
What's like, I mean, right off the bat, what's like the creepiest DM? Not sports related. Like, I can only imagine. If I get them, I know.
Yes, no. I definitely get them. I get a ton of them.
I know you got a bunch that you're sifting through right now.
Yes, I'm trying to think. There's definitely, I wish I could like think back in time. There's definitely this one guy, like there's some that stand out to me that just don't stop, that like throughout the years, like there's this like 60-year-old guy, and I'll give it to him. He's ripped, but he takes shirtless gym selfies, not even shirtless. Like I think he's in boxers every day, and will send it to me and say like, "Good morning, sweetie." And it's a selfie, a different one every day. And it's like, and
you don't even open it. You just you keep
those
it pending.
Stay in the pending requests.
See, sometimes I wonder, right? Since he's older, does he know like the scene? I mean, he has to know the scene thing would pop up if you like. Why would you keep sending it? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. For if maybe that one day I'm just gonna be like, fuck hey,
it.
Roger from Seattle. You know what?
It's weird.
I want to get married.
His name is Roger. Roger or Robert? I was actually thinking
same
in my
guy.
head.
DM me. No, like they think like, you know what? I'm just gonna go move in with this guy out in Seattle. Roger.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll have like a thread. Have you ever had one of those where there will be like 20 Instagram girls in the thread, and somebody will send a message like to everybody, like about, and I think they think they're individual. It'll be like an individual message, but you literally have 20 other people in it.
It's like when the texts around the holidays start going around and your mom doesn't realize she put you in the group chat with 50 other people. Exactly. And you're like writing back. No, my group DMs are usually people trying to scam me from like Sri Lanka or something. I don't get the shirtless. I mean, I've gotten them in the past, and shirtless 60-year-olds. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of like scams.
Oh yeah. A lot of people will try to hack me in my DMs.
I mean,
like I'll get verified, a verified account that says like Instagram support will like email me, and it's like, I Google it, it's this huge scam.
Yeah. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
No.
What celebs have been popping off in your DMs? There's gotta be some.
Yeah. I get a lot of, I guess like people who are not.
Hey baby, don't bet against me tonight. Do they say that?
No, but
there's gotta be. There's athletes in your DMs.
I do have a lot of athletes that do follow me and look at my stuff, and it's funny because a majority of the time I'm talking about their game or they see what I pick before the game, so I think it's funny sometimes. I've had athletes say like, "Oh, you're welcome," or like, "Thanks to us," or "We didn't help." Like people will get into it. So
yeah, I meant if there was a creepy DM from an athlete, but it could be people just like checking you out.
Like the creepy ones are definitely like the minor league baseball players, people who haven't made it that are just like think they can shoot their shot because they're verified and like maybe pitched to like one game. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
kind of
not somebody I would entertain.
So minor leagues, we're talking baseball here.
Yeah, but there's nobody who's like made it. That is creepy.
All right. Hey,
I wouldn't say that I have a professional relationship with a lot of athletes because I need interviews.
Of course.
I need different things like that. So, but it is funny once they follow me, they see what I'm betting on, and they kind of keep up with it. And I definitely have talk shit. Like I dressed up one time as Baker Mayfield and made fun of him before the Steelers game, and his brother followed me, and then I looked at my story and he had watched my story, and I was like, yes, he saw me talking shit.
That's
then he
pretty
sucked.
cool.
And then he sucked. He got benched that game. So it was like a really good feeling.
Who's like your most notable athlete that you've interviewed?
Probably Nick Bosa.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the year he went to the Super Bowl, his rookie season. I think they were 8-0. And I interviewed him when they were 8-0. So it was just like he was really hot at the time. Obviously he had an injury this past season. So
was that recent? No, wait.
My interview with him was last season.
Okay.
And then this season I think he tore like an ACL and was out this entire year.
I saw someone that you interviewed, but the phone was so close to his face. recently?
Maybe Blake Martinez.
Yeah, it was like
he's
here.
he's a captain on the defense for the Giants. Awesome player. I've done some really cool players, and I try to get them in the draft too. This is what I've done the past couple of years, and then they go on to a team, and then they're superstars, and I'm like, I already have this relationship.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
So
I mean,
it really
you
helps.
reached out when they didn't have such a name and you're not like chasing the
Right.
clout. And I mean, I've done interviews with doing the whole reality circuit and then,
Right.
and like, I remember like, you reached out to me when I didn't have all these followers and people do remember
Right.
that, and
Well, it goes through to their like direct messages then once you know.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
it's a lot easier, and then they can see you've worked with them in the past.
Right.
And
Right. What's up, everybody? Vinny Vinsane here, but you already know that. Now check out this company I started. If you like fashionable and affordable sunglasses, SobeShades.com. Once again, SobeShades.com, SOBE Shades.com. If you go on the boat and you lose your sunglasses, it sucks. If you get in your car and you sit on your sunglasses, that's even worse. Check out SobeShades.com for fashionable and trendy unisex sunglasses. Use code VinsaneRadio for 20% off and free shipping today. SobeShades.com. Now, what else do we got here on the list for Amanda Vance? I've seen you interview random people out on the street, right?
Yes.
Right. And Delray, shout out to Atlantic Ave. It goes down out there. And you asked a couple of people, they didn't even know what the NFL stood for, right? Jared, do you know what the NFL stands for?
I didn't know what the NFL stood for?
No, the people that you interviewed didn't.
It's like, wait.
Jared, do you know what it stands for?
Yes.
He's Canadian, so I want to know.
The National Football League.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay, good. I had to double check. He questioned it. He said it like he didn't know. I got nervous.
It's tough around here. It's so tough in South Florida. The sports culture is garbage. So many people do not watch football.
Why do you think that is?
There's so many other things to do.
But do you also, so when I was younger, right? When you're younger, you have less responsibilities. I watch sports all the time. Big Yankee fan, big Giant fan, Islanders fan. And like,
I'm a Penguins fan.
oh God.
We don't like
well,
you.
you're a Pittsburgh fan, die hard. And like, I feel like as you get older, things kind of like you start putting your priorities. And maybe like, and plus in Florida, like you said, there's so much more to do.
Yeah. I mean, that I went up to the
And
Midwest.
there's not really like,
I went up. Yeah, people think about Ohio.
There's better
what do you
sports
do
teams
in
out of Florida.
But what do you do in Ohio?
Right, you're right,
You
you're
have
right.
to watch sports. Like there's
Right.
nothing else to do. You're stuck inside for half the year. So I think that's why
I guess,
people here
and also
don't
maybe
care.
it's where we live in South Florida. It's more like let's go to a game because it's a scene rather than like let's go to the game because I'm a diehard Dolphins fan. I feel like it's more like it's more like a social
Yeah,
setting.
no, 100%. And down here, all the stadiums are really nice. So,
Yeah.
well, now they're nicer. So it's more of an experience. But trust me, when I cheered for the Dolphins, it was like cheering for an away game. Every time. Even the Jets. I mean, there were even more Jets fans than Dolphins.
Yeah, the Jets
fans at
the
time.
Jets Dolphins games were big. I had a friend that was on the Jets cheerleading team. All right, so since you asked people questions out about, I want to ask you some trivia now. I know you're a Pittsburgh diehard Steelers fan more than any other sport, right?
Yes.
And your dad was from there, you said? Your family?
Yes, my dad grew up there. He's a Buckeye too, so he's just all around crazy.
Fun fact for you, I have actually played a pickup football game on Heinz Field.
Really?
When I was on The Bachelorette, we played, and my coach, we had two coaches, right? First of all, we got to meet Ben Roethlisberger. He's big.
That's
He's
my
big.
dream,
He's big,
Vinny.
big dude. He was kind of there. This was like around like the whole situation that he had. So whatever the allegations. So I think,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just saying, I mean,
kidding.
okay, yeah.
That was a joke.
Whatever that was, I mean, whatever. He just came on the show, I guess, to just do the right thing and clear his name.
Oh.
But we met him very briefly. It would have been cool for him to hang out, but
Did he throw you a pass?
No. But I'll tell you this, our coaches, so it was like, I don't know how many guys, but we split up. It was a group date. And Jared, we'll show the picture, okay? Bing. And then my coach was Brett Kiesel. What's his name?
Okay,
And
yeah.
then the other coach was Heinz Ward. So we got to meet them. It was legit.
Heinz Ward, that is like, so as a Steelers fan, he is like
Yes.
all time.
And before we got there, Brett was on our flight from LA and we're like, who the hell is this? Because he, like, if you're not a Steelers fan, you don't recognize his face. But like this dude, 6'6", 350. Like, who is this guy on our flight?
I gotta watch this.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll
now
show
I'm
it to you.
so curious.
I caught a nice pass too. We'll show that clip, by the way. I just want to brag about it. Our team won, and I carried JoJo off the field. Just putting that out there. And we got all this cool swag. We got all this like jersey and stuff like that.
Do you own a terrible towel?
No.
Come on.
Why?
I should have brought you on.
I should have stole one. from there. I think we had like cleats and stuff like that. All right, so I'm gonna do. We're gonna do 10 questions, right? We're
You're making me nervous.
No, this is easy. Well, for you, I think.
I don't know.
We're gonna do 5 Pittsburgh Steelers trivia questions, and then we're gonna do 5 NFL questions.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Right? A lot riding on this. Okay.
Okay.
Jared, just keep track for me because you know how I get in these situations.
You're making me nervous.
Just keep track how many right. All right. It's all good fun. All right. Everybody's gonna enjoy this.
Okay, go.
Well, first question, but I wanted to ask you this anyway. What do all the Pittsburgh professional teams have in common? They all have something in common.
Black and yellow, baby.
Okay, good. I just saw that on a meme the other day. And I thought of you, and I when we were doing this interview, that I wanted to bring it up. All right. Here's the real questions.
Okay.
What year were the Pittsburgh Steelers founded?
Oh, fuck. I thought these were good. I was like, in my head, I'm like, Deontay Johnson, Juju Smith-Schuster, Najee Harris, like naming all the players. I'm like, this is old history. Were they founded? Okay. They were.
Do you want me to give you a multiple choice?
Okay, yes.
Okay, we'll help you out. 1925, 1933, 1949, 1960.
1949.
1933.
Fuck. They were one of the older teams. I do know, like one of the original
1933,
teams.
it was founded by Art Rooney, who purchased the franchise for $2,500.
Do you know what they were called? Still the owner?
Is he?
Yeah.
Do you know what they were called before the Steelers?
The Yinzers.
What?
The Yinzers.
Oh, I don't know. It says originally known as the Pittsburgh Pirates. The team changed the name to the Pittsburgh Steelers in 1940.
Yes, and now the Pirates are the baseball team.
Right. Well, that I know. I can keep up with that. Second question, what rookie quarterback led the Pittsburgh Steelers to a 15-1 record in 2004?
2004.
Cordell Stewart, Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Tommy Maddox.
How long was Ben in the league? Ben is like, this is his 17th year?
2004.
Was Ben Roethlisberger?
Is that your
his
answer?
rookie season? Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
Correct.
That was his first year, I think. He led them to the Super Bowl.
All right.
Just like, that's the year I think he was drafted too.
All right, so we're 0-1. Third question.
1-0.
You're 1-0. Sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was going to say it right. Which of the following Super Bowls did the Pittsburgh Steelers not win?
Oh, the Green Bay Packers.
Wait, these are Roman numerals and I can't read them. So
the Green Bay Packers. That one is correct. The Green Bay Packers.
Wait, no, it says the Pittsburgh Steelers did not win Super Bowl. What's XXX?
The Green Bay Packers.
Losing to the Dallas Cowboys, 17-27.
Oh, they've lost several though. So you were going to read me the year.
Right. Well, it's in the Roman numerals. So
they did lose to the Cowboys too.
I fucked that up.
They lost. Here's a fun fact. They lost to the Cowboys twice and the Steelers have beat them twice in the Super Bowl. So they're like
even
old rivals.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll use this as the third question. Who was the first Pittsburgh Steeler player inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame?
The first.
I'll give you a list. Walt Kielsling, Bill Dudley, Bobby Lane, Johnny McNally. These are all like old folks. Obviously, the first one inducted.
Bobby Lane.
No, Johnny McNally. Johnny Blood McNeely became the first Pittsburgh Steeler player inducted NFL Hall of Fame.
I wasn't even a thought yet.
Yeah, these are. Should have did a little bit more research on these questions.
That's okay,
give you newer
that's okay.
ones. Let's see. All right, who was the first head coach to lead the Pittsburgh Steelers to a winning record?
A winning record. Okay, read me like way back in the day.
Good old Johnny McNally, Walt Kiesling, Jock Sutherland, Chuck Noll.
I don't know. Tell me.
Walt Kiesling. Yeah, these questions suck. Was that 5, Johnny?
I've watched from Bill Cowher on.
I was going to say, I thought these were a little modern.
Like,
all right, here's a little bit more modern one.
It's past 20 years.
Here's a little bit more modern one. 2005. Can we handle this?
Ben Roethlisberger's second season, I believe. So, yes, I can.
Who did the Pittsburgh Steelers draft with their first round pick in the 2005 NFL draft?
Okay, I'm going to think about this here.
I'm going to give you the names?
No. Yeah. Oh, sure.
Bryant McFadden, Heath Miller, Troy Polamalu, Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, it's either Heath Miller or Troy Polamalu. So let's go Heath Miller.
Heath Miller, correct. Jared, you keeping track? We'll do this in post. So we'll keep track. Now we're going to do 5 and fun NFL trivia questions.
Okay, let's do it.
Hopefully they're age appropriate.
That's okay. that's one thing all the time. My dad tells me, you just study up on your history. I'm like, nobody fucking cares, except I've been to like all these, it's like the past year. I was at a bar the other day and there was NFL trivia and I was like, I don't fucking know. It's like, I do need to
That's like when
read my
people,
textbook.
like I hear a song and someone goes, you never know. I'm like, I don't know every song in the world because I DJ.
Exactly.
Let's see here. All right. This is kind of, let's see.
It's okay. Go for them.
Which is the only NFL team ever to complete a perfect season, winning all their regular season's games as well as their playoff games, including the Super Bowl?
The 1972 Miami Dolphins.
Wow. Good. Very good. Was that like on your cheerleading test?
Well, no, that's just like what everybody parades around about
Claim
the
the
Dolphins
fame.
for the past 50 years
That's all they
because
got.
that's all they have. Wow, that was actually 50 years ago. That's wow.
Here's one that I know. Which wide receiver holds the NFL record for most career receptions?
Okay. Are you going to read me more?
This doesn't have multiple choice, but I'll make them up.
Okay.
Randy Moss, Jerry
Randy
Rice,
Moss.
or I can't think of
Randy Moss.
No, Jerry Rice.
Jerry
Come on, Jerry
Rice?
Rice was the greatest.
whatever.
I couldn't think of four
I
wide receivers.
was about to say like DeAndre Hopkins or Julio Jones. Like I'm thinking like in the league
No.
right now.
Which NFL team made their first Super Bowl appearance in 2004?
The Arizona Cardinals.
No,
Who was it?
Carolina Panthers.
Isn't that the year the Steelers won the Super Bowl?
It said, which NFL team made their first Super Bowl appearance in 2004? At Super Bowl XXXVIII.
Okay.
Carolina Panthers.
Maybe the Cardinals were the year after.
This is an easy one for you. Ready?
All right.
Dan Marino played quarterback for which NFL team?
The Patriots? Just kidding. The Dolphins. I actually went to Dan Marino weekend in the Bahamas. It was awesome. And he holds a golf tournament there.
Really?
Every year. And I think part of it goes to charity. So it's really cool. We got to hang out with him for the weekend. Good guy.
His career was full Dolphins, right? Start to finish?
I think so.
I think it was. I mean, listen, I followed sports as a kid, but the best thing I know about Dan Marino was in Ace Ventura. Did you ever see that movie?
Oh yeah, I love me some Jim Carrey.
No. Do we know what the stats were on the quiz? Did you keep track? Because I didn't.
I feel like I did a pretty good job.
I think you did pretty good. We'll wrap it up after.
Like
and then
being
we'll
25.
Really? You're 25?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. So I'm asking you questions about 2004. How old were you then?
I was pretty young, but I do know the Steelers went to 2 Super Bowls there. Like I was young, but my family was into it. I remember my dad was like, if the Steelers go to the playoffs, I'm going to run around the block naked. And I remember I was so young and my mom and I were like hoping they lost. And instead he just like drove around holding down like his horn. And I remember it from like my crazy family, but.
Jeez. That would have been pretty crazy to see your dad run around naked.
Yeah. Thank God. They did win, but thank God he didn't stick to his word.
So now keeping up with your social media, like you mentioned, is like a full-time job, right? And nowadays it's keeping up with your brand. Do you have time to even like think about dating? Are you dating? Are you single? Are you married? Do you have any kids? I don't know all these things.
Not married, no kids. I do have time. I think that's the nicest part about kind of doing your own thing. I'm my own, boss, so to say, so I can, schedule things on my own time.
Do you write an email to yourself saying, I'm going to be out of the office at this time?
No, but I should. I am single. I was in a relationship for 4 years and that recently ended in January. So I am newly single. And
4 years is a long time.
I'm a relationship person. I'm like always in a relationship.
Same.
So whoever wants to be my next boyfriend, just kidding.
Tap in, DM her.
I'm dating, of course.
Right.
But I'm dating somebody I like, but nothing, I'm not engaged. Until I'm engaged, I'm just kidding.
You're seeing where it goes.
Yeah.
So January, 4 years, huh? That's a long time. Did you guys live together?
Yes. And yes, it was a long time. I'm very grateful for it though. Like I'm over the stage of being like bitter and sad and I'm just like, kind of trying to focus on myself and, appreciating what it did for me. So like every relationship teaches me something and I get something from it. Like one, I got a dog, not this one, like one before, like this, like he helped me with my career and everything.
Right.
So I'm like, it all happens for a reason.
So like, I mean, it sounds like it ended pretty cleanly or?
Yeah, it ended cleanly. He moved away to Tampa, so that, was made it a little bit easier, I think. Not having, Delray, like where we live, is such a small, big city.
Yeah.
Like everybody sees each other and knows each other somehow. I've actually never had to deal with like seeing an ex-boyfriend out and about or anything though. So
it happens.
Yeah.
Have you tried like dating apps or like Bumble or Hinge or anything like that?
So I met like all my former boyfriends on Bumble. Used to be the cool one. It was I wouldn't download
because it was like
it now.
kind of exclusive.
Yeah.
The girl had to like you first, right?
Yes, I think, or like message you first, something like that. But so all my friends, do the dating apps and all that. So I downloaded Hinge for a day and I was like, okay, fly. Yeah, I was like, there is way too much going on, like too much like messaging and everything else. And I didn't have the patience. And I think those make me depressed sometimes. So I'm like, oh my God, everybody's so ugly. I miss my ex-boyfriend.
It almost like you think you're going to go on to like get like
you're going to be happy. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the fish in the sea. Like shit.
In the Delray Sea. What was your radius? How many miles?
I don't know. Was that a thing? I don't know my radius. I just think it got my location. So yeah, it could have been
set it to like
it was all people down here. I would see so many people I knew too on it. Like within minutes, I saw my ex's best friend and I was like, oh my God.
I've tried it and it's like you said, you see everybody you know.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this one hooked up with that one. It's like a whole resume just by like, because Delray is a small, big city.
Yeah.
But I didn't like it. I think I downloaded it when I like got out of relationships, like just get my confidence up.
Exactly.
But like you said, it was like,
I almost feel like a little bit of like a loser. Like, oh, I can't meet somebody out. Like I'm very social and I like to, network and meet so many people. So it's like, I am like, if I do that, I feel like that's just lazy. Like put yourself out there, actually meet somebody. Even though it did work for me before. Well, clearly it didn't because never got married.
Everything happens for a reason. You get, like you said, you learn from it, right? You learn from it and you got something out of it.
For sure, but I don't think I'll be like doing dating apps like anymore.
Well, it's another app. Speaking of vices, it's another app that you're like thinking about.
Yes, exactly. Like some people are like, just DM some of the people back. Like go meet people in your DMs, and I'm like, I don't want it. That's another thing. Like I don't like to mix. Like I don't know. There's so many messages I get that I don't want to like go search if. It's somebody I would like.
Maybe one day the right one will come by and it'll catch your eye. It's interesting that you say, because you're 25 and you said, I like to go out and social. And I feel like, what is it, Gen Z? Are you a millennial or is that?
I'm in the middle. I actually saw a video about it the other day. 96 is the middle.
So you're like
I think I'm like the cutoff. Yes.
And I feel like nowadays with these apps and social media, like it like trains you to, that's how you talk to somebody. You you have to message them. Like what you said, you like to go out, you like to see interactions. You like to see like, first of all, if they're not a creep, like if they're like, you can only, people are only going to show you their best like assets on an Instagram app.
Yes, but you can go to their tagged photos.
Oh yeah, you can
see everything.
Then you do the Google search, see if anything pops up on Facebook. Mug shots. I didn't think about that.
I've done that before.
Have you found any?
Not of a guy I was dating, but a guy my friend was dating had a mug shot.
You did the full like social media.
Because you want to see what they
work.
Do for work and everything else. Well, I do.
Yeah,
so I
Google why not? I mean, you can.
What
nowadays.
do you make?
But like nowadays, I feel like people just flaunt that anyway. You don't have to dig so hard unless they were like a serial killer.
Right. Yeah.
You did the social media audit. Girls are like, they can find everything out about you.
Oh, they can. And I am like one of those girls. I am so good at my research.
Don't give it away.
I'm so good at it. I'm very openly like that though. Like I literally told the guy that I am dating, like that I'm crazy. Girls too. We were with one of his friends the other day and he's like, oh, we went on a trip together. And in my head, I was like, I know, I saw the photo.
I guess he didn't do a good job hiding it.
What?
That he was on a trip with somebody.
Oh no, he was with guys and it was like a guy friend that was telling me about a trip like 3 years ago they took together. And I was like, yep, I saw it in the photos.
Oh, you already,
I did my research.
So what's the next move now for you, as far as career wise?
Football season. No, like the next big move. Well, I'd like to start selling my picks. That's something that I don't currently do at the moment. Obviously I want to continue to build my brand. The past couple of years I've been posting them and being honest with people. People see when I win and lose, just to build credibility. And now that I feel like I have some credibility, I think I can start selling my picks.
Yeah.
You know, it's becoming legalized very quickly, and a lot of major networks and people are starting to, you know, implement gambling. So I think there's a lot of opportunity in the field, and I love working with bookies. I love the company I'm at. And I love how, you know, it's I think it's the place to be right now in the sports industry because there's so much opportunity. So to grow my brand personally is like the biggest thing at the moment.
What do people charge for I mean, it's probably based on who you are, right?
Charge.
Is it no, I don't mean what were
pay
membership
for picks.
fees or something like that?
So I have a friend that does it. He's really successful with it. And I think he pays $10 a day, maybe it's $25 a day, $100 a week, $300 a month. And the subscribers are crazy. People actually know, in Del Rey.
How many subscribers does he have?
Oh, a ton. I mean, he gets
and it's 300 a month?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
He has a ton. He showed me the other day, went through his email, and I was like, holy shit.
He's from down here, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's really successful with it.
Who's that guy on I see him pop up on Instagram. He's fucking
Vegas
nuts.
Dave.
Yeah.
Is that who you're talking about?
I think so.
I think his Instagram got deleted.
He's kind of short.
Vegas Dave. There's
and he's and something went viral with him the other day. He's you should fill out you should be interviewed to have a kid or something like that. It went viral about him. I think it's Vegas Dave.
Some of them have been around for so long, and they create reputations for themselves.
Yeah.
And some people talk so much shit about these handicappers and these gambling guys, but obviously people are still buying their picks. Their publicity is any publicity.
Right.
Honestly.
So they know what they're doing. You know, they're just boosting themselves.
I'm sure
up.
He tried to get that to he's happy he said what he did.
Yeah, it was. I saw him the other day, and I was like, "This guy's just obnoxious."
They're an idiot.
But I watched it. Yeah. I watched it. You know, so that was kind of the thing.
Exactly. You gave him a view.
Exactly.
1 cent.
So where can everybody find you on Instagram, social media? Where at? Plug it all.
Amanda Casey Vance is Instagram, TikTok.
All of it.
That's all I have.
Do you have a YouTube?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Actually, I was doing stuff today. I was trying to find stuff just get some information, and someone made a highlight reel of your TikToks. Did you ever see that?
No.
It's just you dancing for 1.5 minutes straight.
Wow.
All your TikToks.
Interesting.
How's that
you never
feel?
know. Now I'm going to go look at this.
Yeah,
you never know what you find. Honestly, I've found articles and people are like, she's approximately 36. And I'm like, bitch, I'm 25.
Oh, the articles are crazy. Someone said I was worth
height.
500 million. I said, if I was worth 500 million, what? Where is it? Because I don't got it.
You never know what you'll find on there.
So Amanda Casey Vance on all social medias.
Yes.
Any final words?
Go Steelers.
Go Steelers. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Peace.